Welcome to Perfect Guardian, and I am going to tell you about the 10 most haunted places around the world. The first is the Beechworth Lunatic Asylum, and it is in Australia. Abandoned slums, for my money, are the creepiest place ever, and Australia has a good one. The Beechworth Lunatic Asylum, originally called Mayday Hills Lunatic Asylum, and it is located in Victoria. It's in Australia. It served as a mental hospital from 1867 until 1995. As its highest capacity, 1200 patients lived there. About 9000 patients died in its 130-year history. And there is little doubt those souls are haunting at this very day. Visitors can take a nighttime ghost tour, to which I say no, just thank you. Then there is the Princess Theatre, and this is also in Australia. Elsewhere in Australia, you will find Princess Theatre, which is haunted by a ghost named Frederici. According to lore, Frederick Baker of Frederici was an Italian baritone singer who died on stage in 1988. He was finishing a performance as Mephistopheles in Faust when a trapdoor dropped beneath his feet and he fell beneath the stage, dying from a heart attack. For many years, the Princess Theatre saved an open seat for Frederick at every opening night performance. Then there's the Bhanghar Fort in India. If you are not scared yet, head over to India, where you will find the Bhanghar Fort in the Alwar district of Rajasthan. The fort was built in 1573 and remains today a ruin of several temples, palaces, and smaller living units. According to legend, the fort became cursed when a wizard who lived in the town fell in love with the princess of Bhanghar. Drawing on his skills in black magic rather than on his interpersonal skills, he tried to woo the princess with a ball of magic potent. It didn't work. She figured out the play and threw the ball against a large boulder. The boulder was disturbed enough to start rolling, and it rolled right in the path of the wizard. As the wizard faced down the boulder, he cursed the town, saying that would be destroyed and become inhabitable. He was crushed to death. Soon after, the town was invaded and pillaged. Most of its inhabitants, including the princess, were killed. Those who lived abandoned the fort. The wizard's curse remains, of course, and the ghosts of those killed continue to haunt the fort. The Archaeological Survey of India, which manages the site, forbids anyone from staying at the fort after the dark. Now, Aokigahara, Japan. It is in Japan. If you ever visited this haunted place, you are way braver than I am. At the base of Mount Fuji, you will find Aokigahara, Japan's globally infamous suicide forest. Hundreds of people have journeyed into the forest to kill themselves amidst its dense trees and vines. So many people that the local police do annual sweeps to clear away the bodies. They no longer publicize the number of bodies discovered, out of the fear that those numbers actually encourage suicides. In 2004, 108 people committed suicide there. Signs around the forest placed by local police plagued with suicidal visitors to reconsider. Your life is a precious gift to your parents, and please consult with the police before you decide to die. Understandably, many people believe that the forest is haunted by the souls of those who have died there. Others point to a different haunting origin, although, according to one legend, during times of a famine in ancient Japan, families couldn't feed themselves. Some would be abandoned in Aokigahara, where they died of starvation. Those ghosts haunt the forest today. Of course, it's an all-around terrifying place. Then there is Iulia Hasdeu Castle, and this is in Romania. The Iulia Hasdeu Castle was built by Bogdan Hasdeu in Campania, Romania, after the death of his 19-year-old daughter Iulia. Hasdeu dedicated the castle and the rest of his life to Iulia. He became a practitioner of spiritism in an attempt to reconnect with her spirit, and designed one room in the castle solely for the purpose of these daily spiritual exercise. Its walls are all black. Iulia reportedly haunts the castle still, although through the courtyard in a white dress and holding daisies. Oh, and she still plays the piano each night. Then there is Hellfire Club on Montpelier Hill, and this is in Ireland. The Hellfire Club on Montpelier Hill was built as a hunting lodge in 1725 and reportedly became a gathering place for a small group of Dublin elites who met for debauchery and devil worship. The tales of animal sacrifice, black masses, clothed hoofmen men, and murder surround the structure. It's another popular destination for tourists and ghost tours. Now there is Manila Film Center, and this is in Philippines. This one doesn't look like a typical haunted castle, creepy forest, or old ruin, but its story is sad and terrifying. The Manila Film Center is reportedly haunted by the ghost of workers killed during a tragic construction accident. At 3 a.m. on November 17, 1981, scaffolding at the site collapsed, burying about 169 workers in quick drying cement. No rescue team were allowed at the site for 9 hours. Reports differ on just how many workers were killed, but it's possible that several bodies remain entombed in the structure. Then there is Dragsholm slot, and this is in Denmark. Back to haunted castles. Dragsholm slot or Dragsholm castle in Denmark. The original castle was built in 1215. In the 16th and 17th century, parts of it were used to house prisoners of noble rank. It was rebuilt in Baroque style after 1694 and is thought to house at least 3 ghosts: a grey lady, a white lady, and the ghost of one its prisoner, James Hepburn, the 4th Earl of the Bothwell. Then there is Raynham Hall, and that is in United Kingdom. There are lots of haunted places in the United Kingdom. The most famous is the Tower of London, but that's kind of played out, so there is slightly less famous haunted spot, Raynham Hall in Norfolk, which is haunted by the brown lady, so named because she appears wearing a brown brocade dress. The brown lady is thought to the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole. She was between 1686 to 1726, the sister of Robert Walpole, the first Prime Minister of Great Britain. She allegedly had an affair with a local lord, Lord Wharton. According to one story, her husband Charles Townshend discovered the affair and locked her in the room at Raynham Hall. Another story claims that it was Lord Wharton's wife who somehow managed to arrange her interment. Either way, Dorothy was locked up. She died and her soul was freed to haunt the castle. The brown lady has been spotted many times. First in 1825, when guests at the Raynham Hall Christmas party retired to the rooms. The most recent sighting was in September 1936, when a photographer for Country Life magazine snapped an iconic photo of her. It appeared in Country Life and then again in Life magazine. It was probably a smudge on a lens or a double exposure. Or maybe not. Either way, the brown lady became famous. Now, Chataudi, Czech rebrand, and that is in France. We'll end with another story of woman locked in a castle. This one comes from the France. The castle was built in the 11th century. The haunting dates to the 16th century and the story of the Jean de Laval and his wife, Francis de Fiaux. King Francis, I asked the level to assist him at the court. And Frances joined him there, becoming the lady in waiting to the queen. She also became King Francis' mistress. She died on October 16, 1537, under mysterious circumstances. It was rumored that Darlevel had learned of her affair and locked her in a room until he could poison her. Now every year on October 16, Francois walks the halls of Chitaï. Thank you. So these were the 10 most haunted places in the world. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel Perfect Guardian and give your comment.